Oh, I can breathe, yay. Okay, it works. Good. Good. We love to see it. We love to see it. Yeah. Love to see it. Yeah. Time to mute this tab. Yeah. Okay. Live chat. Pop out the chat. YouTube, you are pissing me off. There we go. Share. Why? No, go to workspace 1. Come with me. WL copy. C scored. Code. And also turn up my mic volume. I don't know why it is so low. Come up. Yeah, there we go. Stay like that. Good. I don't understand that. Announcements. Video uploads. Yeah, I had my mic muted. My dad was just storing some stuff in my closet, so I muted my mic for a few seconds, or yeah. Okay, so I have made some updates to my CPU specification. Wow. Just realized I actually do use more AI services than I realized. Obviously not for programming, but still. I have a small PP. Thanks, Vaxry. Actually, I probably have a bigger dick than yours. I'm 50% Russian. Ah, thanks. My keyboard is very nice, if I do say so myself. But yes, I got a compliment on my PP. Anywho, I made some... Dang it. Vaxry, you're great. Okay, so I made some changes to my CPU ISA. First of all, I have increment and decrement now, so I don't have to put 1 into a register just to increment another register. So I have inc and dec, which is nice. Oh, god damn it. Dude, I hope you stay in the stream. Anywho, I got inc and dec. And I also, I think the biggest changes I've done are with my assembler. So, in my assembly syntax specification, I added... so now you can have custom instructions, where you do this custom exclamation, then the name of the instruction, the opcode, And then the register, these are the parameters it takes. So you can do a register int mem as this variant. This variant is just a register and a memory address. This variant is no arguments. I also need to add some syntax for at assemble time getting the opcode of an instruction as an integer. So you can do this. And I'll probably do this during the lexing stage so you can be more flexible with this. And then just asserting opcodes. The assert instruction is an instruction that doesn't really do anything in hardware, but emulators can use it. It's I need to eat dinner and take a shower sometime in the near future. Alright, Vaxery, well, dinner at midnight, that's pretty fucking based. That's literally dinner before breakfast, all in the same day. That's pretty based. Maybe not the healthiest, but damn. Here's where I'm calling instructions. So I'm calling all the variants. And then here's another thing is custom addresses are order dependent. So custom instructions are order dependent. So here's the old CMP instruction. So the opcode and stuff is going to be different for this. Then I'm defining a new custom CMP instruction which overwrites the CMP instruction, and then this is the new CMP instruction. Back in May when I started the WL roots rewrite, I would regularly go to sleep at 3 to 5 a.m. I don't even need to start a big project to go to sleep at around 3 a.m. I just do that. In fact, I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want YouTube to use their verbal AI or whatever the fuck they use. But I'm trying to learn Japanese, so I copied some files from an SSD I have with all kinds of acquired media. So I'm going to watch these in Japanese since I already watched them in English. I get consistent 10 hours of sleep even though I go to sleep at around 3 a.m. Sometimes it's more like 8 hours, but I try to get around 10 hours. 13 o'clock, aka 1 p.m. for us normal folk. Something weird. I have a friend on Discord who lives in Austria, and something weird about the date command in Austria is like if I do date and I do plus I M P, if I do like the date command like this, it gives me like the expected thing. But if my friend who lives in Austria does this, they get everything except the AM and the PM. Like, for whatever reason, the AM PM just simply doesn't show up. So then when they use my custom clock module in Waybar, they get just like an uncomfortable little bit of padding on the end. So AM, PM is fricked up in Austria, I guess. Oh yeah, Yoav, please do anything you need to do to feel better. I hate something I hate seeing. I actually reconnected with a childhood friend recently who suffers from an eating disorder, or it's just like she's basically pressured by modern culture into thinking she's not adequate, and I hate seeing her feel like that. So like one thing I cannot stand is people who are not proud of themselves, or like people who aren't happy. That's just one thing I cannot stand. Something like sometimes I want to help a little too much. That's a I can't believe I'm saying this. Something I've actually been trying to work on is not helping people as much with things like with their life problems. Vaxry, please write your own kernel. Obviously, I hope that is a joke. But seriously, I want to see what happens if you write your own kernel. Anywho, so my my assembler supports custom instructions. Yep, Vaxry's in here because he was chatting in Brody Robertson's server. So he just jumped into the stream because I sent the link there. Nothing all that special. He was just in the right place at the right time to see my stream. But yeah, that's Vaxry. Anywho, my assembler also supports macros. So a macro is parsed. So a macro uses the same kind of parsing scheme as just a normal file. Also, sorry if you hear any noises in the background. The house is kind of a chaos right now. But macros are parsed in the same way as a file. So you can do stuff like this, where my really strange macro, it creates custom instructions that are created when the macro is called, and stuff like that. Raw data. My assembler is now going to support raw data as well. So this simple little program puts the number 69 into memory address 2, and then it also puts the string hello world into memory address 44. And yeah, I know the string is being stored in big endian. My CPU architecture is little endian, but I'm storing the string as a big endian in memory. So first I'm loading. Shoot. Okay, that's actually a typo. Let me fix that. I'll fix it after the explanation. But basically, I'm loading this byte into this register, and I'm storing the value in that register at memory address 2. And then I need to add a dedicated instruction for this. I need to add a dedicated instruction that moves data from a memory address to another memory address until it meets null termination. So what this is doing is it's loading the address of the hello world string. It's loading the address of that into register 0. It's copying that address that's in register 0. It's copying it to register 1. And then I have this move string to address label. And what I'm doing is I'm loading whatever values at register 0, which right now it is it is the H, the capital H. So I'm loading that. The address for that is in register 0, so I'm loading that into register 2, so dereferencing the address basically, and storing the value in register 2. Then I'm comparing register 2 and the integer 0. I'm just comparing for null termination, and I'm jumping if 0. So if this resulting subtraction resulted in a 0, I'm jumping to this label down here, which just ends the moving. And if that's not hit, then I just carry on. So subtract register 0, so subtract from register 0, register 1. And the thing that's inside of register 1 is this original address. So basically the address of this uppercase H character. That's what's being stored in register 1. And what I'm doing is I'm essentially getting the offset. So register 0 minus register 1, storing the result in register 3, because the data is being stored in register 2. So storing the offset in register 3. Then I'm loading the integer 44 into register 4. And then I'm adding register 3, register 4, storing it back into register 4. And then I'm storing the data in register 2. I'm storing that into the offsetted memory address. And then I'm incrementing register 0 by 1. And actually, I actually do need to change this a little bit, because this is not right. Or actually it is. This is right, yeah, because each one of these is a byte long. So incrementing the registers adequate enough. Oh shoot, I do need to read messages. God damn it. Where is the P stored, though? The P in my closet? I don't know. I don't remember. This is the one time I'm going to use NeoVim. Perhaps this entire stream. ISA, I need to ASM syntax, yeah. My god, NeoVim on Gen 2 for whatever reason is so much better. Like, here's something that works only on Gen 2 for whatever reason. The P is stored in the balls. Huh. Interesting theory. I'd like to challenge you on that. I would say the P is stored in your brain. It makes sense, really, because you need enough momentum to get the P out. So if the P is in your brain, that means it's basically like an amusement park slide out. It has enough time to speed up. Alright, so I can preview the markdown file I'm editing. I am in the possession of a brain. It's just made of latex and filled with pee in the shape of a glove. Okay, what did I need to change again? God damn it, Vaxery. Now I don't remember what I needed to do. God damn it. Okay, let's see. Oh, also, something to actually keep user retention is for me to open up my very unbased, the most unbased application on my computer right now for a very based purpose. That being the music. And I should, yeah. Okay, so what did I need to change? God damn it, Vaxery. God damn it. Right, my funny data load copy move string to address end, move string to address. Oh, dang it. Is that all I needed to change? Oh, dang it. Let's see. Move string to address my data. Yeah, I think that's it. Perhaps it was down here. No, I'm gonna finish my project. I'm gonna finish it. I'll find out what I forgot eventually. Oh, right. Let me actually, I want to implement an instruction. I'm just gonna... Okay, now back to Helix, since it's a way more powerful editor. ASM syntax. Way more powerful out of the box, I must say. Raw data. I need to comment all of this out. Multi-cursor mode. Let's go! And then I'm just gonna do, okay, so this is moving the integer 69 into memory address 2. And this will be moving the string hello world into memory address 44. Moving the string hello world into memory address 44. This needs to be a colon, and I'm going to add a new instruction. It's going to be copy null terminated data, something like this, CNTD, or copy terminated data, CTD. Copy terminated data, it's going to be, so you pass in an address. Dang it, this might actually be too long. Yeah, this actually might be too long for, yeah, here's what I'll do. I'll have two variants of CTD. It'll be, what I will do is move, hello world v2, and I'll move it to whatever is in R1, which in this case will be 44. And the reason I can't do two memory addresses is because my ISA space can't handle that. It's a little hard to explain why. Load R1 44. Actually, maybe I could. So someone's pinging me. Who is pinging me? I did have pee in my closet at one point. It's a long story.
I'm fucking the dog. I'm fucking the dog, kid. I'm fucking the...
Yep. Seems like Vaxery. Alright. You caught me there for a second until I saw the /J. This is great. I love this. Oh, fuck, I crashed Discord. Oh, man. I'm clicking. At least it was Miku. Why is the new Discord client so buggy? Or actually, it could be an ARM cord only issue. Let me get plugin. Zoom. Image zoom. Ooh, yeah. Restore. Arm cord bibbity? It's a skill issue. No, you're a skill issue. There, I did it again. Jackson, oh my god, that feels so weird because Jackson is my name. It's a long story, I don't really want to get into it. Because it also needs a lot of context in order to not seem wrong. I love this plugin so much. You would actually be surprised how useful this plugin is. Just zooming in on images. I'll save that one for later. Hey, no. Yeah, no. I wasn't. I did have pee in my closet at one point, but it's gonna take a ton of explanation. So I don't really want to talk about it. In the main loop of the mention function, everything would be peachy queasy. What? All hunky-dory. All hunky-dory. Thanks in advance. Bye-bye. XXX. Wait! No, just kidding. No, but seriously, isn't XXX basically porn? Anywho. Oh, and it's part of Poonis. That's not sus at all. Poonis. No, I've never had pee in my closet. I just wanted to see how long I could take the thing go for. What did I just say? No. I wanted to see how long I could take the thing to go for. I forgot English. Anywho, yeah, no, I've never had pee in my closet. That would be weird. Okay. Right. What was I doing again? God damn it. Now this would actually take an explanation. Both? But also limited? I have a limit. If boobs exceed my limit, I find them gross. If the ass exceeds its limit, I find it gross. What is this? Triple X. Yep. Oh. Frick, I crashed Discord again by clicking on an image. Oh, fuck this. Fuck this. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep that there. I'll save that for later. I'm not gonna use another client because ARMcord works really well when it comes to screen sharing on Wayland. Like, better than Vencord even. Yeah, that doesn't look so... here's the context. Why does it look so bad all of a sudden? Anyway, process primitives. Having children, watching your children die, running new programs, a bit of history, vfork, killing yourself, killing others, dumping core. Yeah, programmers are completely sane people. Damn, this stream is just gonna be antics, isn't it? Yeah, I did steal the meme from you. It's a good meme, though. Okay, first I'm actually going to look at this on my phone, just in case. I'm scared. Gen2.xxx. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna... yeah, this is what I saw on my phone. Okay, and yes, I do have Google Fiber. I'm not proud of it, but I have it. Okay, now I'm gonna visit it on my phone without Wi-Fi. And now, it was blocked by T-Mobile. Cool. Looks like a website I probably shouldn't be visiting. Nice try, though. End, hold, byte. Right, okay, let's actually get to implementing all of this, shall we? No more stalling. No, I'm not gonna search up what it means. Well, also, it's quite straightforward. It's just like Gentoo. It could either mean the penguin, the Gentoo penguin, or it could mean Gentoo as the distro, and then XXX is pretty straightforward too. Hello, MW Broadcast. Okay, I'm going to actually get to what I was doing. Oh, by the way, if I'm on a stream sometime, we should all play Tron Online. It's Tron, and the way you play it is okay, cat aliases bash.sh grep Tron. You just SSH. You just SSH into this URL, and then you can play Tron. Oh, cool! Someone actually joined. Use your WASD keys to move. You can also use your Vim motion keys. Oh shit! Oh crap! This is fun. It's a multiplayer game in the terminal. It's one of those things where you know it's absolutely possible. It's just so cool when you actually see it being done. You're fucked. Oh. Maybe not. Oh. Aw, dang it. Okay, anywho, now let me actually get back to my little project. Okay, so I'm gonna make this instruction that moves this, so moves whatever's here into this address. And if I remember correctly, there was like a weird reason why I can't have anything more than 11 bytes as my instruction size. Let me see if I can figure out why that is. What I'm doing? Oh, I'm just adding some more features to my assembler and my emulator. But there is... Right, so I have biggest possible size, opcode size. It's like a weird reason why I cannot have something longer than 11 bytes. Look at my blurst. Look at my blurst stuff. Oh, the project. I'm making my own CPU architecture. And then here is instruction size. Okay, so let's actually work on these emulator features. Oglo, CPU, ASM, git pull dash tags, git log. Yeah, okay, I actually do use tags. Let's upgrade this version. And what do I gotta do? Okay, first of all, right. So I gotta add some stuff to my lexer, so token types, and I'll add these. Also, I need to push these changes, and I need to actually add this instruction. So docs, ISA, SRC, and vim ins order. Ooh, maybe it should go into yeah, it should go into memory. Instructions memory.txt. Copy terminated data. 0x0 1 so 0x0 3, and the first one will be register mem. We're actually Since this is such a weird instruction, I'm just gonna do it where you have to have reg. I'll add the other variants later, probably. Copy all the data from a memory location until a null byte 0 is hit. So CTD with this opcode, copy all the data from a memory location until a null byte is hit. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. This instruction can be used to do things such as copy a null terminated string to another memory location. Copy all the data from a memory location until a null byte 0 is hit. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. This instruction can be used to do things such as copy a null terminated string to another memory location. Oh, yeah, I've actually been planning on making this CPU in real life. Like, I'll hit up a company like PCBWay and get a PCB printed out or whatever. Another instruction that might be really useful is, copy mem, or cmem. This would be 0x0140, and it would be another reg. And it would be int. This is the copy all the data from a memory location until the offset is equal to the specified integer. The source address, I think I can just copy, or let me also add this here. Oh, but I mean, like, actually searching for the minerals and metals that make up your machine, making some primitive machines, making an electricity source. Oh, dude, that sounds fucking awesome. That sounds like something I'd totally do. The source address is specified. Let me new line that sucker. Copy all the data from a memory location until the offset is equal to the specified integer. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. Maybe, but also it's more enjoyable to do it with my keyboard. The source address is specified in... Honestly, I just do whatever my brain goes to first. No point in stressing in it. This can be used for copying integers and stuff around in memory, since they are more than 1 byte in length. This can be used for copying integers and stuff around in memory, since they are more than 1 byte in length. For example, a 64-bit integer is 8 bytes, right? Yeah. I want to make sure I get this absolutely perfect. 8 divided by 8. No, that's not what I want. 64 divided, yeah, 8 bytes. So, for example, a 64-bit integer is 8 bytes long. So you could copy an integer from memory address. So you could copy an integer with something like this. cmem r0 r1 8. I should probably also, yeah, okay, so copy all the data from a memory location until the offset is equal to the specified integer. The source address is specified in first param register and the destination address is specified in second param register. This can be used for copying integers and stuff around in memory since they are more than 1 byte in length. For example, a 64-bit integer is 8 bytes long. So you could copy an integer with something like this: cmem register 0, register 1, 8. So that's what cmem would be used for. So cmem nvim instructions. Let's see, I also want to do IncDec. I remembered I also got to put this here. Hello, Inc. Build. So now I have the new instructions in place. So now if I before commit, let me just preview these new instructions. Markdown preview. Right, so up here I have halt, enter user mode, sys, load, store, copy, terminated data. Copy all the data from a memory location until a null byte 0 is hit. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. This instruction can be used to do things such as copy a null terminated string to another memory location. cmem. Copy all the data from a memory location until the offset is equal to the specified integer. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. This can be used for copying integers and stuff around in memory, since they are more than 1 byte in length. For example, a 64-bit integer is 8 bytes long, so you could copy an integer with something like this: cmem, and then that. So that looks good. And then down in IncDec, yep, good. This looks good. This looks very good. And now I'm going to have to, okay, where's CTD again? CTD, right, so register. So I need to fix that. Nvim docs, ASM syntax, CTD. I want register 2 to be this. Load register 1 with hello world v2. R1, R2. you can use either V1 or V2. They do the same thing. But with different syntax. Ink deck. Yep. Yeah, you actually sent the message in the stream. You sent the message in the stream literally right when you... you sent the message in the stream right when I was messing with those instructions. You can use either V1 and V2. They do the same thing, but with different syntax. Let me make sure these are spaces instead of tabs, just so this aligns. Yep, they are. Okay, so copy with offsetting. Copy all the data from the copy all the data of the string to address 44 until a null byte is hit. I have been summoned. Oh yeah, you probably heard my mom, because there is a person in our house just working, helping stuff out. And I guess she thinks our stepmom is our real mom. I don't know. So yeah, that's probably how you heard the literal saying your mom. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. Used in the CTD instruction. Which, for those of you who are wondering, yeah, my mom is totally fine. My mom and dad just got a divorce, but that's all. Okay, so CTD. The CTD instruction uses this, yeah. And, ooh. Should we have an instruction for, I have another idea for an instruction. It would be to count. Oh, another thing I want to make sure is, what is, ooh, that could be risky. We'll see, we'll see. Right, okay. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just, I actually kind of like it, because it means I get more attention from both of them, and I get 2 Christmases. Oh yeah, .md for Markdown. Yeah, because this is a Markdown file. Oh, here's one of my favorite songs. Anyway, here's a fun instruction idea I have. What if I have an instruction that takes in a register and a memory address, and then what it does, is it counts every single, like, it keeps offsetting by 1, and it counts, it increments that register until it hits a null byte. So effectively, I could use that to get the length of the string, excluding the null byte. Or actually, I could do including the null byte. Or no, excluding the null byte. So what what the instruction would do is it would count how many bytes it reaches until it gets a null byte. Yeah, this is assembly. This is syntax for my assembler. But it's in a markdown file. Because this is an example. See, I have this grave ASM. That means I'm putting some assembly inside this markdown file. So that'd be a fun idea. Just for showing off, here is an instruction that can be used to get the length of the string hello world excluding the null byte. Or do we want to include or exclude the null byte? Oh shoot. Excluding the null byte. Len. D-len. No, T-len. Hello, where did you learn assembly from? Good job documenting your code. Thanks, I take documenting my stuff very seriously. Because I know enough programmers do not take it seriously. So I take it extremely seriously. Radu, hello, where did you learn assembly from? I sort of just picked it up from necessity. And even then, I really don't know assembly. Like, I don't know Intel syntax. I don't know AT&T syntax. I'm simply just making my own assembly syntax from what I've seen. What kind of assembly is this? What CPU? It's my own custom CPU. I'm making my own CPU architecture. It's simply just called Oglo CPU, but yeah, it's my own custom architecture. It's 64-bit. Yeah, and this is my own custom assembly that I'm going to update my own custom assembler and my own emulator. Hello, very cool. Thank you, Shaquille Oatmeal. Nice name, by the way. Okay, T-len. I'm gonna store this in R8. Hello World v2. This instruction counts how many bytes until a null byte. And stores the result in register 8. So this will count how long Hello World is, essentially. Do you plan to design the logic circuit to or just an instruction set in virtual CPU? Oh, dude, I plan on actually building this thing in real life. That is the ultimate goal, and then I'm going to get Linux running on this thing. I'm going to port LLVM to it. It's going to be fucking awesome. I'm even making my own programming language. This is... if you know who Sam H. Smith is, he's a guy on YouTube. He's making his own operating system, his own programming language on his own hardware. That's essentially what I'm trying to do. Except I've been trying to do it before I even knew who he was. So, yeah. It's that thing. It's been nagging at the back of my head. So one day I just said, fuck it. And here I am. I'm doing it. Oh, I should also... The Temple OS guy? No, that would be Terry Davis. I'm talking about Sam H. Smith. Let's see. YouTube.com/ Sam H. Smith, I believe. Yeah, this guy. Sam H. Smith. And he is... I'm going to mute tab. So, like, for example, he has a graphics library and stuff. Just a whole bunch, let's see. So, like, here's him. He has this cool-looking little prompt thing in, like, in the TTY for his operating system. So, yeah, he's doing some really cool stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, building a computer building a CPU from the ground up is definitely very educational. Docs, ISA, SRC, instructions, memory, CMEM, I also want... Oh, I should also specify... Copy all the data from a memory location until the null byte is hit. The source address is specified in, this instruction can be used to do things such as copy a null terminated string to another location. The null byte is also copied. So specify that, and then now. Also, I feel like this example should be changed. Copy all the data from a memory location until the offset is... copy all the data from a memory location until the number of copies bytes until the number of copied bytes is equal to a specified integer. Now I gotta align this all. And I'll just do this. I know there's probably a better, easier way to do this, but yeah. Okay, so copy all the data from a memory location until the number of copied bytes is equal to the specified integer. The source address is specified in first param register, and the destination address is specified in second param register. This can be used for copying integers and stuff around memory since they are more than 1 byte in length. For example, a 64-bit integer is 8 bytes long, so you could copy you could copy an integer with something like this. CMEM, register 0, register 1, copy 8 bytes. I feel like that's clear enough. I also need tlen tlen will have an opcode of 0150. It will take in a register and a memory address, and it will count how many bytes there are in a sequence of memory locations until a null byte is hit. This instruction can be used to get the length, or actually I should say, an example usage of this instruction would be to get the length of a string of a null terminated string. The null byte gets excluded. The null byte gets excluded. Count how many bytes there are in a sequence of memory locations until a null byte is hit. An example usage of this instruction would be to get the length of a null terminated string. The null byte gets excluded. So you could get the length of a string minus the null byte with this instruction. So now build my new ISA, docs isa.md, tlen. Tlen. Count how many bytes there are in a sequence of memory locations until a null byte is hit. An example usage of this instruction would be to get the length of a null terminated string. The null byte gets excluded. I should say docs, isa src, instructions, memory. I should say, instead I should say in the final length. Before commit. Now, let's see. Yeah, there we go. So now, let me go back to docs. ASM syntax, this is where I was. Yeah, so now, funny, excluding the null byte, yeah. And then just inc R8. Include the null byte in the final length. Something like this. Something like that. There we go. I'm quite satisfied with this. Let me also preview it. Raw data. So here's a raw data example. tlen, copy all the data of the string to address until a null byte is hit. Copy all the data of the string to address 44, including null byte. Right, docs isa.md markdown preview. Right, that's what I do. Yeah, the null byte is also copied. Nice. How has NixOS been for you? I personally cannot stand NixOS. That is why I, like all the based chads out there, use Gentoo. Alright. Ink deck reading template. Oh, another thing I should also check is, do I calculate? Yeah, biggest instruction size in bytes is 12, indeed. Get status, get add. What is my get diff? Wait, what's all this? Oh, yeah, okay. 39, 58, 12, yep. Yep. What? Oh, yeah, okay. And what's this? Oh, yep. CTD, CMEM, TLEN. I really hope this instruction being 12 bytes long is not an issue. Okay, that should be it. Yeah. Git add, git status, git commit, instruction stuff, and fixes. I don't know a better name for this commit, so. But anywho, now we have an updated specification. Okay, so, lexing. I got to update my assembler's lexer. So ASM syntax, I had /have IDK anymore, a friend that was into Gentoo. Yeah, Gentoo's really good. Once you get into it, you fall in love with it. Alright, let's see. So the new stuff, custom instructions. I need exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Or no, I should actually, I don't need this. I need built-in call. RC string. I ended up creating GitHub issues on Nix PKGs because there's no response on Matrix. Personally, I'm switching to Gentoo after using NixOS. I've been waiting for NixOS to fix her cross-compiling situation. You can't cross-compile to anything unknown by Nix packages. Yeah, NixOS certainly has a lot of issues that they need to get figured out. And honestly, NixOS could totally support FHS. They just choose not to, which makes no sense. Like, all you'd have to do is just make a bunch of symbolic links and then you're done. I also need angle brackets. Angle open. Angle close. And what else do I need? I need, I need reg int mem. I'm just gonna call this type. Type assembly type. No, I'll call it argtype. Argtype will be use crate argtype. Main.rs. I'll just make it here. Pub enum argtype. This will be, we'll have reg int mem, and I'll do impl argtype pub function size of. This will return how big this is in bytes. Match self reg. A register is only 1 byte. Self int, and int is gonna be std size std mem size of type aliases, or actually no, I'll just say size of int, and I'll do use type alias types. Self mem std mem size of, and I'll do ptr. Right. Let me just say, Helix select and set cursor is so much more intuitive. Yeah, Helix as a whole, I would say, is more intuitive. Like, for example, NeoVim and Vim have these weird keybinds that just don't make sense. But for example, in Helix, to delete a line, I select the line with X, and then I delete my selection with D. It actually makes sense. There's also U to undo and Shift U to redo, so it's faster to hit on the keyboard. And then there's also, to go to the beginning of a line, I do GH. To go to the end, I do GL. And then, of course, like to navigate left and right, I do H and L. I've never actually tried GJ and GK. I guess it doesn't really do anything, but yeah, you get my point, I think. Helix also has like the spacebar thing, which is really useful. So like I can get, let me get documentation on size of. I'll do spacebar and then I'll hit K. And here is the documentation of size of. It's a little cramped because let me hit ZZ. Which, see if I hit ZZ, I can do that. Z. But yeah, now if I do this, I get better view. So yeah, this will be the archetype. And why? Oh, right, yeah. Derive, debug, clone, copy, EQ, partial EQ, ord, partial ord, hash. That's one thing I hate about Rust, is it's so manual sometimes. Yeah, Helix is way more intuitive. Helix is way more intuitive. Yeah, you should switch to Helix if you just need like a very nice minimal editing experience. Here's if you run :tutor in the in Helix, you can just follow along with the tutor. Buffer close. Open angle, archetype, built-in call. What else do I need? Yeah, I'm also really hungry. Let's see. Right. So that assert and right. Okay, nothing new there. Right, so, oh, now I need macro stuff. Ooh, this could be problematic. I should really change the syntax for calling a macro. cd dev oglo cpu and vim docs, or actually helix docs, asm syntax, macros, asm, what should the syntax be? Let's maybe do a percent sign. That seems fair. Percent sign on the end. What should the syntax be? What if I did something like this? No. This, but that just seems like a pointer. That, no, that, no, because now that seems like a label memory address. How about, if it's wrapped in square brackets, it's a macro, something like that. How about, that. Let's see. That, no. That's a compiler built in. Let's do the percent sign. Oh shit, what did I do? Percent sign. Before commit. Yeah, git status, git add, git commit, -m, assembly syntax change. There we go. So now you can call macros inside of macros. So let me just... labels, custom instructions, macros. So now you call macros with this ampersand. I need to... What I'll do is... okay, I'll parse... okay, so I need... macro variable. Macro variable RC string. And then... yeah, and then a macro call. Macro call RC string. Helix is amazing. My strange macro, yeah, okay, that's so good. Raw data. Okay, now for the meat and potatoes. tlen byte dot byte. Raw data RC string. Okay, so now, what else? Raw data. Also need strings now too. String. So unsigned integer memory address. I'm gonna add string. RC string. Or actually, this will be an ASCII string. Or I'll say string ASCII. And it will be a vec U8. My dad just came in, looked for a steak knife in a bunch of boxes in my room. Anywho, okay. Identifiers. Identifier span. If identifier starts with an R, then is all numeric. This is just parsing registers. Is all numeric. Register ID. Parse. Okay. Let's token error, kind invalid, invalid register selection, tokens dot push, else invalid token, if is registered token false. Where? Yeah, okay. I told my dad yes. He isn't very respectful of that, though. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, though. He did tell me to stop streaming immediately and get down to eat dinner, which, I mean, is reasonable. I will do that very soon here. If register is registered token is after token kind money USD false else special. Oh shit. How am I going to define macro variables if the $ is used for special registers? I have an idea. The ampersand, the percentage sign will be dedicated to macro variables. So cd dev oglo cpu docs asm syntax macros macros instead of shit. Let me open this in Helix, because Helix has better text substitution. Macros, I want to replace... Okay, that's fine. So it's only this. Select... and replace with that. So this is how I could do macro variables, and then this is how you would call a macro. I think that's reasonable. Before commit, git diff, yeah, git add, git commit, yet another syntax change. Custom instructions, macros, there we go. So, if is register token false, is after token, else if is after token tokens token type kind percentage percent sign. I want to do if money token type ident money USD register. Oh, this isn't the right place for this. actually, if register token, let moot was pushed. False. Shit. Whether or not we matched the identifier to a token to push. Is register token tokens.push was pushed equals true. If was pushed equals false. If is after token, tokens, token type kind, percent sign. Now I need to add that. Percent sign. I want to let moot special span identifier span special span dot start. Yeah, okay. So I can just copy all of this, put that in here, and then do I also want this, and then I'll just do tokens.push token type macro variable identifier. Right, I also need to do token new. And yeah, RC new identifier. Or actually, yes, I should do yeah, RC new. Let identifier RC equal RC new identifier. Identifier RC. rc.as_str. Identifier RC clone. Clone. There we go. I feel like this is wrong. Something's wrong. If... Okay, I need to go down for dinner. I don't expect all of you to stay in the stream.
I have to come down right now.
Okay, I gotta go down for dinner. I don't expect all of you to stay in the stream just because, you know, retention time. But I will be back, so... I'll just put this up here. I'll say, I will be back. I am eating dinner. There we go. That should do the... Oh, why did I save it? Alright. I appreciate it. Yeah, and, like, you don't have to be paid... You don't have to pay attention to the stream. Just, like, stay in the stream, maybe listen to the music while I'm eating, you know? Alright, see you guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry it took so long. Will there be more Tron? I'll be watching it. Will there be more Tron? Well, maybe later. I don't mind playing some Tron against you guys at the end. My treat to the people who stay. Right, okay. If okay, so if is register token equals false is after else special else what I'm actually going to do is move this to the else block. So I'll do yep, I am back. Sorry it took so long. So that will be the if case, and this will be the else case. Else, okay, so is register token false, ident. I'm gonna make this else if is after token is after token tokens token type kind %, then I'm gonna do this special span tokens dot push token new token type macro variable identifier RC clone special okay, so is after token %, do all dat money USD %, and then I also want to do I'm gonna copy this percent sign, percent sign. Token new. And then yeah, so now what else do I have to implement for my Lexer? Token types, string ASCII, built-in call, archetype, macro call. If is after token, tokens, token type kind ident. Let me just see. Function is after token. Is after an identifier token, else. Do let macro name equals tokens dot remove tokens dot length -1 and let moot macro span equals percent span. I'll just put let percent span equals span new pointer plus character dot len utf8. I'm just making Babette cursor with cappuccino colors. I'm pretty sure that already exists. But I mean, go for it. Macro span. Macro match. Macro identifier. Let macro name equal match identifier token type ident and unreachable. Huh. Something even cooler is if you made Babette cursors with a script to generate them with any color scheme. What is Zola? Oh wait, I'm on Gen 2. Oh, this is like Hugo. Just written in Rust. That's cool. Yeah, I will check this out. I will check this out, maybe even make an updated version of my website using it. Thank you for letting me know about that. Macro span identifier. Macro span dot start equal identifier dot span dot start. Yeah, knowing projects written in Rust is probably also way better because it has better crates for like parsing TOML and stuff. So I can be more, you know, have better syntax for everything and stuff. Probably also be faster than Hugo. Yeah. Tokens.push. Token new. Push token new. Token type. Macro call. Macro name. Span. Macro span. Else, I want to do tokens.push token new token type %sign is after token identifier, else, yeah, okay. What other things do I need to construct in my Lexer? String ASCII, built-in call. A built-in call. That shouldn't be too hard. Should be basically the same thing as this. In fact, I could probably copy-paste this entire thing. Exclamation span, built-in span, exclamation span, identifier, built-in span, built-in name, RC string, match identifier, built-in, 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 and of course exclamation span, exclamation sign, and then open and close angle. This will be open angle, or actually angle open, angle close, raw data, archetype, that's another thing. Right, okay. Is taken token. Else if. And actually I can just do true here. And is taken token. Doesn't have to be set here. Is taken token equals. Good. And I'll put an else clause here saying else is taken token equals false. You just finished your anime? That's good. I have some anime suggestions if you want. If you want some anime suggestions, there's an anime. Why do animes always have such weird titles? So obviously there's the famous ones like A Silent Voice, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, and then there's a show that I really like that I really want to see a second season of, called Irina the Vampire Cosmonaut, and it's a really cool spin on the space race and stuff. If identifier dot, if identifier equals reg, if identifier equals reg, or identifier equals mem, or identifier equals int, Ah, the anime. Okay. If let sum argtype equals match, match identifier, reg argtype reg mem argtype mem int argtype int use crate argtype. Sum. Shit. There we go. None. As str. There we go. If let else. So tokens dot push token new token type argtype. And I have to do argtype identifier span. I also just realized another thing I have to do is that's good to hear. I've seen Babetta before. I like it. grep src grep-rni max. No. 11 mod rs. Code gen mod rs, big as possible, will be 12 now. Parser, no, Lexer, yeah. So now, parser, Lexer, token types. String ASCII and raw data are the only things left. Raw data type. transparent version. I don't know if a cursor being transparent is that good of an idea, to be honest. Yeah, obviously do see how it looks. That's the whole ricing process. Pub enum raw data type. We got integer, or actually byte, and we got byte, and we got string. ASCII. There we go. Right, so period. Parser, lexer, token types, period. If is after token, tokens, token type kind, period. If token type, if is after a period token, that means it's a raw data. Let moot, Why don't I just copy all that? Tokens.push token new token type raw data. Let's see. Let raw data type equals match match identifier RC as str else if. We got byte raw data type byte ASCII raw data type ASCII null terminated false and null terminated true. ASCII Z. Parser, lexer, enum types, string ASCII, null terminated bool. Whether or not a null byte should be added automatically. Whether or not a null byte should be added automatically. I want to fly to Japan again now. Japan truly is a great country. I've never been to Japan. I really want to be to Japan. How much of a culture shock is it? No, I am not using Windows. I'm using Gentoo Linux. Here, let me show you. Clear fast fetch. Gentoo Linux, baby. Yay, Alpha Technology. Oh man, long time no see. Yep, Gentoo. Gentoo, the best Linux distribution. I assume Zillion is not familiar with Linux, which is okay. I'm glad this stream got exposed to a potential new Linux user. Ah. I mean, it's good that you at least know what Linux is. Yeah, bro, I usually watch these streams when chilling. Also, Gentoo user here as well. Ooh, that's awesome. I thought you were using NixOS. No. You do your Linux assignments on that. Yeah, I mean, Ubuntu is... As much as I hate Ubuntu, it is a Linux distribution, at least. But if you ever get more into Linux, distros like Arch or Gentoo are definitely the way to go. Gentoo's not the best, bro. Okay, how is Gentoo not the best? NixOS has glaring issues. Build speed on NixOS for generations gets exponentially worse. Thank you. I'm glad you think my project is cool. Gentoo is stable, is really stable, but it also has newer packages. Heck, Gentoo has some packages Arch Linux doesn't even have, which is really cool. Also, Gentoo is something I've also noticed is programs packaged here on Gentoo for whatever reason have better quality. So like Helix has, or like NeoVim has better markdown support for whatever reason on Gentoo, but not on other distros. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm using Helix. Helix is just a really nice minimal text editor. It has nicer keybinds compared to Vim. So yeah, I'm using Helix. Helix also has built-in LSP and tree sitter support. I do have NeoVim though, just installed. I do have NeoVim for whenever I need it. Raw data type. Also, Zillion, I am realizing you're probably not familiar with the fact that Linux doesn't... So, Gentoo does not look like this by default, because the environment of what it looks like, what a Linux distro looks like, has nothing to do with the distro itself. That has everything to do with the window manager, desktop environment, or Wayland compositor you use. And I'm using Hyperland, which is what you're seeing here. So without Hyperland, I'd just be on like a black screen with a single little prompt in the top left of my monitor. So on Ubuntu, they use the GNOME desktop environment. So a common pitfall that new to Linux users fall into is they choose a distro based on what it looks like. So it's just a CLI. Yeah, so like, have you ever wondered why this is called a terminal emulator and not just a terminal? It's because an actual terminal is, well, there's two conflicting reasons. One is that an actual terminal is a physical piece of hardware, and two is because, if you boot into Linux and you press Control-Alt and then one of your function keys, so like if I hit Control-Alt-F3, for example, I will go into TTY F3, and that is a true terminal. You usually have 7 TTYs on a Linux system, and usually your desktop environment either runs in TTY1 or TTY7. So, like for example, here on Gentoo, Hyperland is running in TTY1. So I can switch between my TTYs. So like for example, if Hyperland crashes and I need to recover something without completely killing my user, like somehow Hyperland doesn't completely crash, but it becomes unusable, and I need to do something without killing my user by logging out or rebooting, what I can do is switch to another TTY, log in, and then do what I need to there. And yeah, TTYs in Linux are extremely useful. And what a terminal emulator does is it emulates a TTY. In fact, if you run the TTY command in your terminal, if you're in a true TTY, like Control F3 or whatever, it will show dev TTY and then a number. Whereas since this is an emulator, it says dev PTS2. So like for example, maybe it's in my bash RC. Yeah, right here I have this thing where, if I'm in a true TTY, what I do is I clear the terminal, I run fast fetch, I echo a spacer, logged in on TTY, and then I just do some sed magic to see what TTY I'm on, and then another spacer. So anyway, Linux is very cool, and when you learn more about it, like the more you learn about it, the more you love it. Yeah, it's definitely very cool. Match raw data type. Oh. What's the difference in Linux development experience? What's the different development experience on Linux versus Windows? On Linux, it is far better. So, like, for example, not limited to, but example, if you want to install Rust, on Windows, you have to do this whole thing of, like, running the installer and then waiting for Visual Studio to install. You have to install the entirety of Visual Studio just to use Rust on Windows, and it takes, like, 40 minutes to install Rust on Windows. It's extremely error prone, it's annoying. On Linux, I just install Rust up, install all the components I need, like cargo or whatever, which is usually done by default, and then I'm done. So installing Rust on Linux takes like 30 seconds. And then on top of that, Linux is also structured in a more intuitive way. It follows the Unix philosophy of like everything is a file and stuff. It's just easier to use. Linux is designed to where you can use it completely from the terminal. So like for example, if you need to edit your path environment variable to add executables to your available commands, essentially, on Windows it's really hard. You have, well, it's not insanely difficult, but it's a little unintuitive. You have to like open up a GUI and add the path environment variable stuff and whatnot. On Linux, you can just do that in your like .bash RC or whatever you want to use. Or Linux also has /etc environment. Linux also has the environment file. Also Linux, you'll have all the basics pre-installed too. Like you'll have GCC, you'll even have Clang. You'll have everything you need to get developing out of the box pretty much as soon as you install Linux. Also, Linux will not ping you with annoying OneDrive notifications and stuff. Linux is just clean. It allows you to do what you need to do, and it doesn't fight back when you try and do something weird. What's the best way for me to start using Linux? I want to keep Windows because I am used to it and still want to use it. Should I create a dual boot or run Linux in a VMware or WSL? I mean, if you really want to stay on Windows, which, I mean, ultimately, it'd be cool if you just came completely to Linux because, you know, Windows has issues and stuff and blah, blah, blah. Microsoft, bad company. But, what I would recommend doing is if you only want Linux just for developing, I would recommend putting Linux in WSL or VMware or something. Now dual booting could also work, but there are problems with dual booting. Not with Linux, but with Windows, actually. Like I've noticed when I dual booted back in the past, when I would dual boot Windows and Linux, I noticed Windows would force me to use light mode, that kind of stuff. Thankfully, now I'm completely 100% Windows free. I don't use Windows at any capacity anymore. But yeah, dual booting can be very nice for making you realize that you actually don't need Windows. Like, what happened is I dual booted Linux and Windows, and then I found that I really only logged into Windows to use one single application, that being paint.net. And then I just learned how to use GIMP, and I never logged into Windows again, so I was like, hey, why do I still have Windows on my system if I know how to use GIMP? I'll just nuke Windows now. And I've never looked back since. I'm so accustomed to the Linux workflow, and I've built my own workflow around the freedom that Linux gives me, that at this point, I cannot imagine myself using Windows again. Like, to put this into perspective, Linux is so powerful and so terminal centralized, I can do things like reinstall Linux and have this same exact setup up and running. It will take a few hours because it has to install all my programs and compile them and stuff, whatever. But it only takes me a few commands to get the same exact setup right here. All I have to do is reinstall Linux. Once I'm in my new installation, I typically don't install a desktop environment. I just go straight from the TTY. I mount my external drive that has my backup. I copy all my files over, and then I install Rebos, which is a program I made for reproducibility on any Linux distribution. And yes, it has reproducible capabilities, not just repeatability. And what Rebos does is I will run a Rebos command, so a few Rebos commands, just to set it up and to create a new generation, and then I will build the Rebos generation, and that will install all my programs. It will link any files that need to be linked. It will uninstall programs for me if I don't want them. It will do everything regarding setting stuff up for me. Like, it will do it all for me. And then after that, I just reboot, and I'm back into the same exact system. It's really simple. Like, I make it sound complex, but it's actually quite simple. So, like, here's all my Rebos generations. This system has been around for a little while, so I have a lot. Like, I'll do Rebos gen diff 1 and 34 to see what all my diffs are. So, I added a lot of packages. I also removed a package. Yeah. And my Rebos configuration looks a little something like this. So for Gen 2, I have my gen.toml, which is where I specify all my packages I want installed, all the imports for other packages, my flat packs, my cargo, like my crates. I could add other package managers in here too. Yeah, it's sort of like Git. I back up my Rebos config with Git, but it's more like a post-build script. It's more like a post-install script, except more flexible. It can do more things in less effort than a post-install script. My program, Rebos, does have hook support. So, like, for example, here's my post-build script. What it does is, like, it will add group to user. That's just a function. So, patch my Wayland session. So, on Gen 2, since I'm not using systemd, I have to run Hyperland with dbus session run instead of just the Hyperland command. So, I patch that stuff here. So, Hyperland actually works. And then I add my user to the audio group, the CD-ROM group, the cron group, the floppy group, the portage group, the USB group, the video group, the wheel group, the pipewire group, the dial-out group. And I guess I could do this all with a Rebos manager, but I kind of like having this all be persistent as well. So virtualization stuff, this is for QEMU, aka the virtual machine software I use, because QEMU can use a little bit of setup. And yeah, so QEMU stuff. This is to set my editor to NeoVim. I'll keep it, because NeoVim does really well with just generic files. So yeah, that's like what my Rebos configuration looks like. Oh, should I use this? Yeah, I'm really proud of Rebos. I think it's definitely production ready. It's very stable. It works well. How would I learn Vim? I'm interested. I usually use VS Code, JetBrains for ideas at the moment. IDEs at the moment. I would learn Vim just by using it, and I would actually not recommend using vanilla Vim. I'd actually recommend using Helix or NeoVim. Helix is not Vim based, but Helix is very Vim like, and in my opinion Helix is more intuitive. Should I try I should try Rebos, to be honest. Yes, Alpha Technology, please do let me know what you think of Rebos. It's I'm very proud of it again. It's also not something half-assed. Rebos is something that it's critical to my workflow. So it's also critical to me that Rebos is actually good and updated. Why is this not more popular? I think people kind of misunderstand Rebos. People think it's just like a simple thing where it has baked-in package managers and all it does is just install packages, when it's more than that. You specify your own package managers, and it can do reproducibility, and it can remove packages. I honestly don't know why Rebos is more popular. Why Rebos is not more popular. I know I'm the creator of Rebos, but I am genuinely amazed by how good it is. I did not expect to actually make something I'd be this proud of. Yeah, I mean, you could keep using VS Code, but honestly, using a terminal text editor is a lot faster. I can run commands and do the code editing all in the same terminal. It's really nice. Also, terminal text editors start up faster, are just leaner, faster, more minimal. It's nice. I like terminal text editors. I would never use a GUI text editor ever again. Unless it's like for very simple, just copy-paste tasks. Oh, yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, true, but just being in the native terminal feels so much cooler, too. Also, like, if you get stuck and you have to go to, like, the aforementioned TTY, if you have to go to a TTY where you have no graphics, knowing a terminal text editor is definitely very useful. Okay, so Rebos, you could absolutely make a Rebos config based on your current system. It just won't, you'll have to do more work to make sure it actually encompasses everything. What I would recommend doing is, personally, I recommend installing a fresh system and going from there, just so you make sure you encompass everything. But you could absolutely start a Rebos config on your current install. It'll just be a lot harder. Also, another thing is, a fun challenge that's also really helpful is to try and bootstrap Rebos. So, like, for example, in my... I don't need that. In my Rebos config, so if I ls managers, I have different managers. So I have my cargo manager here. So I have my cargo manager. This is for things I install via cargo. I have my Flatpak manager. This is for Flatpaks. My initial packages. This is part of bootstrapping. So this is basically the same as my system manager, but without the sync and upgrade commands. And this is how I'm bootstrapping Rebos. So then I have my OpenRC manager, my OpenRC boot manager, which is the same thing, just for boot instead of default. I have my system manager. This is basically like using emerge to do all the native package stuff. And then I have this manager order.toml file, and this is where Like, I make sure initial packages always is the first manager to run. System manager is the second, always. And then at the very end, OpenRC is always the last manager to run, and OpenRC boot is always the second to last manager to run. And the other managers just run somewhere in between these two, like, begin and end fields. That's where all the other managers run. And what I do is in imports, so let me hx imports, I have where is it? Core. No. Initial packages. So I basically tell the initial packages manager to install these if they're not already installed via Rebos. So the initial packages manager installs all of these. And then, so this is like, so you can actually use Flatpak, you can use a PyCargo ebuild, for whatever reason, rust-bin, this is for Rust, this is for Rust Up, this is for eSelect repository, and then what I do is in, hooks, post build, or no, it's not. It's post initial packages add. In the post initial packages add hook, I have eSelect enable repo. This is a function for enabling other portage repositories. I have this eSelect add repo, which does the same thing but with a URL instead. And then I just enable FlatHub here if it's not already enabled. I do eSelect enable repo Gentoo, eSelect enable repo Guru, eSelect enable repo Steam overlay. This is so I can get Steam. eSelect add repo Brave overlay so I can get Brave. Specify the method as git, and I add the Brave overlay git path URL, you know. And then I symlink some Rust Up stuff for Rust Up. So if the command Rust Up doesn't already exist, so if the command Rust Up already exists, then I just skip this. If it doesn't exist, I symlink Rust Up -init-gentoo -symlink, exit 1 if that fails, and then I just set my default toolchain to stable. So yeah, Rebos is completely self-managing pretty much if you configure it properly. The way managers are configured is amazing, to be honest. I might use part of your config as base. Yeah, actually in the Rebos wiki, I link my config. I link my Endeavor OS config as the easy config and the Gentoo config as the advanced config. I like that one can write hooks to run custom commands. Yeah. Hooks are very useful, especially on Gentoo, where you have to, like, here, let me show you my, my pre-build hook. What's in there? Oh, right, this is just a bunch of, this, like, builds my make.conf from a template file and stuff. And makes an auto mask path and stuff. Post build, and that runs also before the initial packages stuff. Here's my post build. Again, like, this does a ton of stuff that Rebos would normally, like, if you wanted to do this in Rebos, it'd be all hacky and stuff. So hooks are definitely a must at times. It's not that bad. I mean, yeah, I guess Rebus could be a little complicated, but once you embrace, it's like Rust. Once you embrace the complications, it's actually really good. So like here's Rebus, here's the repo. Yeah, I've heard people compare it to an Ansible playbook, but then I ask if Ansible can easily remove packages reliably, and then they get all mad and answer no. So I guess Rebus has an edge up even on Ansible. So if I click to visit the wiki, so like getting started, it's not that hard. You just set like your system manager and stuff. Working with generations, this is just like some quick commands for working with generations. I have importing extra TOML files so you can break up your config into just like shorter TOML files. I even have like an example with a bash script to show like where the TOML files, how they're imported and stuff. And then I have adding custom managers so you can add more package managers and stuff for your config. I did it like this so like you could even create your own custom package manager and have Rebus use it. And yeah, so that's how you make custom managers. And hooks, this is the wiki page on hooks. And it just explains like how they're named and stuff. And like in the managers, you have this hook name field, and that's used in the hooks. So like for example, my initial packages manager has initial underscore packages in that. So like for example, you saw my post underscore initial underscore packages underscore add. What that hook does is after adding initial packages, it will run that hook. So yeah, Rebus is very well documented, so don't be scared of it. I have a very nice readme too. And I know it's not a lot, but this project does have 50 stars and 9 forks, so clearly people do like it. And I know stars aren't everything, but all of my other projects struggled to even get a single star. So Rebus having 50 stars is insane. So that's Rebus. Well, NixOS can get complicated as well, especially when making custom packages and other things, but I think there's easier configs to do with Rebus as well, so it may be simpler than this. Yeah, I made Rebus because NixOS has complications and many issues and bad documentation. That's why I created Rebus. I also was just missing EndeavourOS at the time. So I wanted to go back to Endeavour, but I wanted something similar to Nix, so I created Rebus, so I don't have to compromise on the distro I'm using. Yeah. I would actually say the basics of Rebus are way easier, because you're just messing with TOML files and bash scripts. One single file, change, rebuild, and done. 51 now, LMAO. 52. Awesome. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Awesome. Awesome. Spasiba. Thank you very much. Does it... What? Is there an order to how it shows? Wait a second, wasn't... Oh, wait, no, different person. Is there an order to where it shows... Oh, Ganome liked Rebus as well. That's funny. I got into an argument with him about Rebus. Is there a certain order? Okay. Yeah, I guess there's no certain order to how it started and stuff. It's sorted by name. I see. Alrighty. Oh, shoot. Live. I can tell, my brain is screaming at me for some reason. I can tell because I'm starting to click and pop with my mouth. My brain is screaming at me and I don't know why. Right, this might be it. No, tokens.push. Token new. ABC order, there was a button there. Stars. Stars. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Call Roblox kid. Cool Roblox kid. That's cool. So I can see like when people start. Who is my first star? Mark? Mark. Who is Mark? Markle. Personal projects. What the hell? Interesting. Data sheets, true cracks, wow, this guy's got an interesting GitLab. Very nice. Watching Haroshi. Yeah. Yoav Kohan. Alright, token type, what do I need? Raw data, S. Special span. And then I need to do, down here, I need to do errors dot push token error new token error kind invalid raw data specifier. Invalid raw data specifier. Is that? Can I do something else? What is that? Yeah. Token type D. Token error detail. Invalid raw data token. Special span. Or actually no. Yeah, special span. Cause it frick. For one of my design programming languages class, I have to create an application as a project. Any cool ideas I would learn from, you think, off the top of the head? Okay, Zillion, how experienced are you with programming? Because I can give you some suggestions, but it will depend how experienced you are with programming. It also depends what language. So like, for example, some languages are better for some things than other languages. So like, for example, I'd never tell you to write a parser in C, but I'd tell you to write a parser in Rust. That kind of thing. Span position. parser, lexer, token mod, no, error.rs, yeah. Invalid raw data token. Invalid raw data token. Possible, or did you use the right specifier? Currently writing a project where I make an HTTP server from scratch, like handling sockets currently and all, concurrently and all in Zig, and I have a template system, so I've done some parsing. Zig works amazing, to be honest. Zig is a very cool language. Очень круто. I absolutely approve of the language. Also, I don't know why it just spoke Russian there. It's completely out of context, but anywho, yeah, Zig is a very cool language. I just really want to see it at a first release before actually using it, since it still has syntax that's changing. I also don't like how verbose Zig is, but actually my programming language that I'm creating, it's basically Rust's best things and Zig's best things all smashed together. It's my senior year of college right now. I would say I'm more experienced than most of the people in my classes, but I don't code as much as I should. I've used Java, C++, C#, and Python so far. Right, so here's what I recommend. Make a calculator. And I don't mean like the beginner calculator where it asks for two numbers and adds them or something like that. I mean an advanced calculator, one that can parse mathematical expressions. So like, for example, I could have 2 plus 3 times 4, or I could have 2 plus 3 times 4 in parentheses. Right, so 2 plus 3 times 4, or I could have 2, in parentheses, 2 plus 3 times 4. So make an advanced calculator. You'll learn about things like recursive descent parsers, and it's a lot of fun to build a parser. So I recommend maybe building an advanced calculator. A CPU emulator is also really fun to make too. So like make a 6502 microprocessor emulator or something. I haven't worked on any big projects, no more than 100 or 2 lines. Yeah, you're not gonna learn much by making tiny projects. I mean, maybe, but it'll take longer. I stopped using Zig after they perm-banned me from the Zig Discord server. I feel like the mods went too far. There is a Zig matrix room, but the core contributors aren't there, which sucks. Yeah, Zig syntax can be kind of weird at the start, but after some time it makes so much sense, especially those dot curlies. Yeah, I mean, I'm not hating on Zig's syntax. Like, I understand why Zig syntax is like how it is, but I feel like they could maybe tone down the use of keywords and verbosity. Like, for example, instead of, like, add more functions to the standard library for actually easily printing out to std out, for example. Like, you don't need to get the writer and stuff and whatnot. Just add a println function or a print function, and then still have it return any errors that come by. Like, come on, you don't need to make it so complicated just to print hello world. Like, also, why have this try keyword which just makes it more annoying to write when you could instead have you could instead have a question mark, which does the same thing and is much easier to write and stuff. Like, why the dedicated keyword? It makes no sense. What language should I use for the calculator project you gave as an example? I recommend Rust, and the reason I recommend Rust for anything parser related is because Rust has tagged unions as a built-in language feature. So, like, I could do enum my tagged union. I could have either variant 1 be a string, for example. Variant 2 would be a byte, so like a U8. Variant 3 could be a string, a 64-bit floating point number, a byte, and then variant 4 could be variant 4 could have like all of these where they're also labeled, so like string my float, so it's like a little mini struct but part of the actual variant, my byte. So Rust has that, which is insane and very useful for things like parsers. And then Rust also has very, very good structs. So, like, you could have a struct that also holds, a lot of data too. Variant 5 could be the struct. So, like, Rust makes it very easy to have very modular, very dynamic systems, whilst also being performant. So I can show you, for example, cd coding rust noxel git pull. Git pull origin main. Okay. So, for example, in my parser, here's what my AST looks like. So I've got a node type. This is just a helper type that also stores a span as well as the actual AST node. I've also got this node unbox function for a boxed node. I also have tree. So this is like a file. This is a file, essentially. I've got literals. I've got data types. I've got declarations, which is like, it could be a function declaration, a constant declaration, a use declaration. Got statements, got expressions, got math operators. I got my math node, which is a recursive type. That's why it's boxed. It's boxed, it's allocated on the heap so it can recurse. Array items for like parsing arrays. I've got my block, so my block node, which is like a function body or something. My return node, my back node, my function creation node, my typed argument for like, you can see in the function creation node the arguments are typed arguments, which have a name and a type. I've got my variable call node, my function call node, got my variable creation node, constant creation, use path, direct path, and Rust makes it very easy with the tagged unions to actually link all this together into something that's usable. There's also a very cool website called AST Explorer, and what you can do is like what you can do is you can like, I'll set the language to Rust, and you can see it generates. I'll do something similar. Simpler. I'll do let's see. Is C in here? I guess not. What kind of AST Explorer has C not in here? That's just garbage. You need C. Anywho, let me do a print. For example, here's what a print statement parsed looks like in Python. So like you have the program node, which is basically the file. You have a bunch of stuff related to Python, and then you have body, expression statement, type expression statement, and then you have the actual thing. It's a bunch of nodes. I think this might actually be a little confusing. Here, let me run Noxel. Because I'm working on my own programming language, and right now it's got debug stuff in there. The main RS file is temporary right now. Tests, or yeah, mkdir tests cat git ignore. Yeah, so now if I can touch tests, test.txt, test.txt, I'll do, like, for example, function main returns an I32, and it will return 0. So let's take a look at the AST generated by this. Cargo run parser test. So here's what the final AST looks like. So I have my tree node, where it has a nodes list. Then I have my node, which again is just a helper to store a span. And then I have inside that my function node, and function creation, the name of the function, so main, the kind, so like what it returns a signed integer with 32 bits. This is also like a node, a data type node. The args, so a node. This is what arguments it expects. This is the block node, so what code gets run when you run this function. As you can see inside of here, you have a node return with like return value. It's a literal node with an unsigned integer that is 0. So that is what like the AST generated by the parser looks like. And then I just have some parser misc info here too. So yeah, that's what like a parser does. And then you also have a lexer, which is what the parser uses to actually build the AST. It's just a lexer basically is just a mini parser that makes it easier for the main parser. So if I lex that file instead, I have a function keyword, my identifier, my main identifier, my open parentheses, my close parentheses, my return type arrow, my data type signed integer 32 bits. I have my open curly, my return keyword, my unsigned integer literal of 0, my semicolon, my closed curly, and then I have my end of file token. And the input is this function main returns I32 return 0. So parsers are really fun to make. And Rust makes it a lot more fun to make them too. Right, now I need to make a string ASCII lexer. So now function. Right, that's not what I want. I'm gonna keep it very dead simple. Show pop in my GitLab, yep. I added that as a joke, but I might actually do it. Do we do integrate? Do we do? development. Add a fully featured string parser. Add a fully featured string parser for string literals. And I'll just say add a working string literal parser, not fully featured. Put that there. Lexer mod. I need to do if so if the current character is a quotation mark, do actually I'll do if it's this or a single quote. Where am I? What is this auto ink? Auto ink pointer false. Oh, I see. Auto ink pointer. I need to add that to the top of my right. Let me add that here. Let string equal string parsers dot parse until false. My input is pointer plus 1. Maybe because you need to sleep, if it's painful to be awake. Oh yeah, the transparent cursor looks really good. That's good. Alright, good night, Yoav Cohen. Sweet dreams. I assume you're going to bed. If alright, see ya, Alpha Technolog. Have fun. If equals 0, do nothing, or actually alright, see y'all. I mean, every time I'm thinking, feelings get on. Yeah, good night. Oh, dude, it's almost 6 a.m. for you? Yeah, dude, you need to go to bed. You need to go to bed. yeah, good night, everybody who has to go to bed. If C equals let Terminator character if C equals Terminator, then false, else true. What's wrong? What? Huh? Bull. Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming, guys, because my dad's about to turn off the internet. So, good night, everybody. This was a good stream. Goodbye.